All right, let's talk about a live theory here in the moment. So my theory: if you imagine a wild animal and the actions that come from that animal, none of it is premeditated. It is just it's an uninterrupted flow of action in response to, the whole picture, everything that's going on. What all of their senses are coming together to inform their action. And so the movement, the actions just flow. But then we've got a situation with humans where we have the ability to interrupt that natural flow and to exert control over ourselves, to stop ourselves from doing something, to think about something, to just to have control. This place is beautiful, by the way. And my theory is that when you interrupt that natural flow, when you are blocking whatever would have naturally come out. It could be a facial expression. It could be something that you said. It could be an action that you did or didn't do. Something that was unnatural to the genuine you, the wild you, something like that. When you block that flow, it's almost like there's buildup. And the thing that I was thinking about it in relation to, say, a river, and taking it literally, like you block the flow and then it builds up. And if and when that block gets broken or released, then there's this inundation, a flood of, and depending on how large the block was and how long it was blocked, there might be quite the event when it gets released. So I'm thinking about this in terms of, say, a person. You could use a toddler as an example, because I think they're a really good example. And when a toddler is controlled, which is to say, if an adult influences a toddler to get them to control themselves, which you never really control a toddler, but you can convince them to control themselves. So if you do that, then you're creating this block in their natural flow of action, of movement. And then when it comes unblocked, it's this big mess. It's a flood of emotions. It's this cataclysmic event that I'd probably commonly call a tantrum. And then you have this naturally flowing stream again, but kind of back to normal. So that the tantrum is this break in the dam. And then after that, there's this beautiful free flow of movement or energy, or just their natural, genuine self, which in my experience, the post-tantrum state in a child is really wonderful and really beautiful, and it seems like a window into a very pure version of that human. And then I've noticed in my own practice that when I do something that gives me the equivalent release of a tantrum, something that is a full and uncontrolled multispectral emotional release, something that isn't really describable. It's just sort of everything all mixed together, a big emotion and physical outpouring. And afterwards, I feel fantastic, and I feel like I am flowing again. So that's my thought. And the kernel, the key there is that I think there's some sort of proportional price that has to be paid for the control that someone experiences, that someone exerts over themselves. That you don't get away with that for free. There's some sort of payback coming If you spend a lot of time holding back, there's a tension there. There's a muscular tension that you're keeping something bottled up. And meanwhile, it's building up, and you're going to have an issue. All right, that's enough shaky cam thoughts for right now. So I'll leave you with that, and see you next time.